Hello, my name is Duff, and today we'll be learning Violet Cipher. Violet Cipher is another addition in the Cipher family, and just like a few of the others, it does not require edge work, so let's just hop right into this. The screen at the top is our our encrypted word. So this is the one we're trying to decrypt. The one in the middle is our first keyword. The number at the bottom, it's a key number. And the last word on page 2 is a second keyword. So let's just look at this. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to take the keyword from screen 1 and the encrypted word, and we're going to look at this grid. Now, for our keyword, we're going to highlight the entire row. Now, there's two things that could possibly happen when we're decrypting the encrypted word, and I'll go through each case with you. If it's between A and M, we're going to highlight the entire row, well, not the entire row, the entire column, and record the intersection. So let's say it is I and L, for instance. That would be a P. However, if the encrypted word is between N and Z, we would find that within the row and then go up. So let's say again we have I and Z. We would find Z within this row and we'd go up to get I. So we would record an I.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
One day I'll remember to turn that off. Anyways, so let's do that for each word. Well, for each letter. So we have the I in induct, and we're going to go up the tango column. Since tango is not between A and M, we find tango, we go up and we record a Charlie. Okay. Next we go to the row with November. We find Zulu, and we go up to get golf. Alright. We go to the Delta row. We find Tango. We go up and record Foxtrot. We go to the uniform row. We find Juliet. Oh, wait, no. Since Juliet is between A and M, we can just go down we can use the column and record a T. So remember, if it's between A and M, you use it as a column. Next we have C and M. C and the column M to get N, November. And we use Tango row and the alpha column to get whiskey. Next thing we do is, actually let me section this off real quick. Alright. See, just 1-4. Alright. Now we have the, I don't know, it's a route transportation cipher, whatever that means. So, what we want to do is, if our first number is a 1, we use this horizontal grid. If it was a 2, we use this vertical grid. Obviously, this looks like a 1, so we're using the horizontal grid. Alright, now then, okay, so the second number we have is the one that's going to go in the top left corner. And then we continue on with that as going clockwise. So after 4, it's a 5, after 5 is a 6, and going clockwise, it loops by the way. Going clockwise, it's a 1, 2, and a 3. Then we put the corresponding things in their position. So let me just recreate it down here. So since C is the first letter in this word, we're going to record it in the bottom right, since that's where the 1 is. Since G is the second and 2 is bottom middle, we're going to put G here. F is third, 3 is bottom left, and we're going to put the F here. Top left is 4, Tango is 4, so we're gonna put that there. You get the idea. November is 5th, 5 is top middle, we put November there, and then we put the whiskey here. Then we rewrite this in reading order. So, T, N, W, F, G, C. Alright. Section this off again. And this one's the most tedious part. So, okay, we grab our keyword from the top screen. So in this case, induct, and we make that into 6 rows. Okay, then we make a new sort of key using the word using the top screen of page 2. So in this case, monk. So we grab the word monk, we grab the alphabet, and we remove each instance of, well, we remove any duplicate letters from monk within the alphabet, and then we append the alphabet to the end of our keyword. Now then, in this, after you put this down as a row, you want to sort of impose it into this row, if you say, per se. So, if we want to continue this from I, we would put from J to Z here, and from M to H here. Alright, and we do that for each row. So for the second row, because this alphabet doesn't really count as a row, we start at N within this alpha key, and we just cycle it through. We're basically shifting the key to the left. So after D, in this key, it would be E, F, G, blah blah blah. And then we would go back to the front of our sort of alpha key and continue as normal. So do that here. After Z, it's going to be this. We grab C, start at D, then go to this, and T. Right. Now we grab our encrypted word from before, and actually let me number these columns. So right. Okay. So each one of these letters correspond to a row, and that row will be their position within that word. So we find that letter within their row, so in this case T, in row 1, and we go up to the standard alphabet in row 0 and record that letter. So November corresponds to row 2, that corresponds in row 0 to A. W in row 3 is here. W in row 0 would be P. Alright. F is the fourth one. F in the fourth row is here. Going up to row 0 is another P. G is the fifth one. We find G within this within row 5, and we go up to the letter E. We find C in the 6th row, since it's the 6th character. We then go up to get November. And as per usual, we just write that word down. Well, we enter that word as we do with the other ones.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
So, that's not that bad. But let's do another example, as usual. Let me just do the thing real quick.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Okay. Let's write this down as, again, UQJXPK Goblet 14 that Zephyrs. Alright, now then. Okay, so we grab Goblet, we grab our encrypted word, and we do the same thing as before. So with our keyword, we use that row for the corresponding letter, and if it's between A and M, we use the column. If it's between N and Z, we find that column. So the Gth row, and since U is after N and Z, is between N and Z, we find it in this in here. Go up and get Echo. We get O. We find Q in here. We go up to get Juliet. We get B. We find J, the column, go down to get Whiskey. We find the Lima row, find X-ray within the row, and go up to get Foxtrot. We get the Echo row, find Papa, since it's after N, go up and we get Alpha. Finally, we find Tango, and we go down the column of Kilo to get Tango.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
Alright, we grab our number from before. Since the first digit is a 1, we're using the horizontal grid. It's actually the same grid as before. Since the second number is a 4, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now we do the same thing as before. Echoes the first letter in the word, so we put in the 1 spot. J is the second letter in the word, so we use the J, we put in the second spot. Whiskey is the third, so we put it in the third spot. Foxtrot is fourth, so we put it in the fourth spot. Alpha is fifth, so we put it in the fifth spot, and we put Tango. In reading order, this is Fat WJE. Just put this down here. Alright. Alright, so we have our alphabet from before. Alright, and we remove every letter that's shared between Zephyrs and the alphabet. So Z, E, P, H, Y, R, and S. And we append it to the N. Okay. Then we take our keyword from before, so that we used in step 1. So in this case, Goblet. And we continue down that row as if it was the first letter. So after G, I put the I here, and continue on. After the O, we have this. After the B, we have C through X, and then Z through A. And then we have this. do that, put Z there, and take the uniform, take that, and alright. Alright. Now then, we find Foxtrot within the 1 row, going up to row 0, that is Z. We find Alpha in the 2nd row, go up to get an O. Find Tango within the 3rd row, go up to get N. W within the 4th row, go up to get I. J in the 5th row, go up to get N. And E is in the 6th row, go up to get G. Our word is zoning.
This was exactly right now that things were meant to happen.
Yeah. So that was Violet Cipher. It's a pretty simple module. And I think that pretty much covers it. Actually, let me just go through the example in the case we had 2-4. So, if we had 2-4, we would have this grid right here. We would then put 4 in top right, top left, and then 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then we would continue on like normal. So E, J, W, F, A, T, and in reading order that would be F, A, W, T, J, E, and then you continue on with this. But other than that, that pretty much wraps up Violet Cipher. So I hope you now understand Violet Cipher and get a job.